All right. So I'm taking you through with my first slide, which is basically giving it our schedule. So we can see basically the project had got started from May 27, as you had given your green signal on May 26. And after that, getting the approval from Queenie from May 28, basically we got delayed almost by 2 months because we could not obtain infrastructure from IT team. And I had been basically continuously following up with the IT team and the consulting manager as well, but I did not get any update. And finally, on July 9, I was given infrastructure after a delay of almost 2 months. And after that, the project started it in its full pace. We did installation, deployment, and configuration administration. Everything was done, and I was ready on August 5, which was again intimated back with my status report, which was weekly going on for this EPM project. And since then and now, we are going to have our demonstration on this to you. Just I forgot to add one more point that basically the same demonstration has already been given to Queenie twice, and we reviewed everything, and we did a lot of modifications, and finally after her green signal, this current setup is ready for you. And we will have our next steps once this is done and we get approval from you. Then we will be doing some internal marketing. It's marketing is nothing what the word I have written. Actually, it is all about letting other people know, to motivating them by using different bases of internal displays and slides and all. And after that, we will go ahead with this user acceptance and pilot run. Correct. Right. That's right. Just give me a second. Well, so I've already selected and sent this slide to you as well. So today's agenda is for this particular presentation part, why our enterprise Microsoft, and then how our enterprise EPM will look like for Arvato, and what we are going to do it. I'm taking you to the next slide, and which is just an overview of EPM and using Microsoft Project 2003. And I don't want to spend much more time on just displaying all these slides because you are already aware of that, I believe. So my next slide goes to utilization of a smart PPM solution. Of course, this project portfolio management is completely web-based. So the best part of it that if anybody is attached to our internal VPN, he can access using any kind of browser, whether it is Internet Explorer, Firefox, or Chrome, or Safari, MacBook, anything. And even it can be connected to our Microsoft Project client as well on our desktop. So every time we are synchronized with current project statuses, task progresses, and the resources, their assignments, their allocations, their overtimes, their clashes, what we call it, that is called overloading, all that will be available on a web server. So we will be able to see entire project activities, overviews, dashboard on web browser as well. And the same will be available inside our Microsoft Project desktop-based client also. So of course, planning is the best part of this. So we can see our task. Basically, this is providing an individual site management for our each and every resources. So what does it do actually, that when a user, any resource who has been assigned on a particular project with multiple tasks, or maybe multiple tasks from multiple projects, once he opens his dashboard like a role center or at a home screen, is all the tasks which is assigned to him, it is displayed there, as well as he can put his status update, his task update, what kind of task update we do inside a different type of time. And you can say timekeeping applications. These are all the inbuilt features of this application. So this will be available to them. Even this can be easily synchronized with Outlook. So entire tasks are automatically imported inside Outlook task, and it will be every time visible and giving in all alerts and reminders to particular resources. Yes. Flexible project portfolio management is there. Of course, our vision and effort, everything can be aligned. We can prioritize our initiative. We can create critical paths for that. We can even create some business strategies, and each business strategy can be directly connected to one particular project or one particular project's task. We can also create our SharePoint and the video-based workflows. So to create any kind of workflow, we do not require a specific eligibility or technical skill for different types of project managers or different responsible persons. They can simply go inside the SharePoint and they can create a simple workflow, or even we can create workflows inside Visio and we can import it automatically. It will be implemented across the EPM organization. Resource management, of course, we manage our resources effectively using this. How do we manage? Basically, we can see our each project pipelines, which have been approved, which are under approval, or which is already under progress. Then even we can see each and every person's task available to them, aligned to them, assigned to them, and what is our schedule variances, work variances, cost variances. Everything will be available inside one single screen. We can even measure our resource utilizations and better manage allocation to align with our strategies. What does it mean? Basically, right now, whatever project activities and timekeeping we are using and we are performing at this moment, these are not aligned with actual project tasks. Normally, we are covering our project activities in a group. Maybe an example, we are doing a BPA. Now, BPM is what? BPA for multiple modules. We never know what are the modules of the BPA or what are the tasks inside that particular BPA major task group. And we assign more than 3, 4, 5 resources inside that. Now we are unable to even screen or capture their real utilization on a daily basis. What utilization percentage we are checking inside our different CATs or different timekeeping applications, these are just as per their actuals, whatever they are entering, but it is never aligned, or we can say synchronized with our real project WBS or project plans. So we have to every time go back and reconcile, manage each and every task, whatever our resources have mentioned inside the CAT, and then again we have to go back to our project plan and finally match it up. And this is the major reason I have seen that our entire projects are just on a high-level project plans. I have seen largest project plans are not more than 60 to 70 WBS tasks, where I have been using or have been observing in my entire 6 years of experiences. Even the smallest rapid implementation also has got not less than 350 or 400 task lines, WBS lines, because then only we will be able to actually capture the real requirement and real tasks, but these doesn't happen. So these things we will have to change. Apart from that, as I told already, that it is seamlessly integrated with our Exchange and Outlook. So tasks, all reminders are automatically synchronized, and once the user has already created his user ID and he is working on his laptop or on his machine, every time any task date is coming up or any delay or any kind of activities, he can simply fit inside his Outlook itself, and all the task reminders, appointments, calendars are updated automatically. So even if somebody or any resource who is working on a particular project, he is not required basically to go back to the web-based SharePoint or web-based EPM. Even he can look all his assigned tasks inside Outlook itself. If somebody is really able to work on Outlook effectively and he knows all the features, how to manage the calendars, how to manage tasks, these are easily available. Then, of course, we can collaborate. Basically, this project management portal doesn't provide only a project management activity. Even once I'll take you through this real project management side, EPM side, you will see we have inbuilt document management as well. So each and every project will have its own site, what earlier Aspire site has also been doing, but we have not actually been using it effectively. But here we need to stress the people to use these EPM sites and their project sites effectively. So project templates, the document templates, all are available there, all can be defined, and automatically it can be synchronized, it can be updated. The way it allows us to integrate it basically, that once a project manager or once a resource is uploading one document, each and every resources or each and every personnel who are assigned or who are connected with that particular project or who are related with that particular project, it will automatically be downloaded inside their Outlook in a form of email. For example, if I'm going to attach 1 minute of meeting, if I'm uploading 1 minute of meeting for today's meeting, it will automatically be downloaded in form of an email inside your Outlook. So you can see where the mails are coming from, what kind of document this is. And this is segregated in form of an EPM site or SharePoint site, whatever project name we give. So we are never going to miss any kind of document. We can even search across the organization. For an example, the way we are searching inside my computer for a file, even we can search for one particular file across the EPM side, regardless we know the project name, regardless we know the schedule, regardless we know any kind of information about the project. If we search one requirement analysis document, then all the documents which are available in the name of requirement analysis document will be shown for all the projects. But again, it depends upon the search rights. Only those documents will be displayed to a particular person. The projects which are assigned to him or the projects which he has got permission for. If one project manager does not have the permission for one particular or any specific project, he will not be able to see any kind of document or any kind of information about that project. So we have internal roles. We have got 16 types of roles starting from a resource up to the project portfolio manager. So all the roles can be assigned to one particular user and they can work on that. So collaboration is like a game here. If we are using an EPM, we have to share one document. We do not need to wait for it. Communication, yes, it is automatically connected with our link server as well. So I have integrated with our current link, which is using Exchange. So if we need to communicate with one of our particular resource, we can directly communicate with him or her using link. And those link messages will automatically be converted into meeting notes and it will be available for further review. So this is the best part of this collaboration feature in this EPM 2013. Because every time we need to fight for minutes of meeting, we need to fight for information, what was decided, what was gathered, what was discussed. We never know, we don't have a clue because normally we do not have a culture of sending any kind of meeting minutes. Normally we don't do that. But if we are discussing over here, if we are chatting, if we are communicating using link, automatically it will be captured and created as a minutes of meeting. So these parts are real intuitive features for this EPM 2013. Agility is, of course, everything is data driven. So there is no matter what kind of report we require, there is no matter what kind of plans, what kind of utilization reports we want to have. Even we can segregate data and we can export that into one particular Excel using Excel services. And if somebody is real great in using Excel data manipulation services, then of course, even using Excel, we can create a lot of intuitive reports. However, already I have designed and there are some 14 inbuilt reports available. But for our particular business requirement, we will have to create some more reports, which we can do using either Excel or the best part is to use it SQL services, reporting services, SSRS, because this is inbuilt database application and entire data is stored inside one particular centralized Microsoft SQL Server data. So we can pull out data at any moment and we can create any kind of reports inside that. Of course, as I informed you, this is integrated with our Active Directories. So we do not require to create any particular user outside. If we need to add one particular employee or one particular person, if that particular employee is available inside our Active Directory, that means if he is our domain user, then we have to simply assign one particular role for that particular person, him or her, and he will be user of our EPM. So we do not need to create any specific user or we do not need to connect with that. Even if we can create some Active Directory policies, which I have already discussed with Lim, Eric, and Waihong, But basically, I found they are unable to do that because they have never practiced such kind of configurations inside Active Directory. So all the roles can be directly assigned from Active Directory itself. So we do not need to worry about any kind of security and the user management. When it comes about development, of course, we can create any kind of reports, we can create any kind of screens, we can create any kind of forms here because it is completely SharePoint based application. Entire framework is depending upon SharePoint application form. So we can create forms, we can create web parts using SharePoint. By the way, there are several ready-made applications are also available in Microsoft Store. There is a SharePoint store on the Microsoft website. Few applications are free of cost available at this point of time, but a lot of them are even costly, some 150, 200, depending on the price of each application and its uses and its popularity. We can even buy ready-made applications for ourselves, or even we can ask somebody to develop a new application. For an example, currently, a lot of dashboard applications are available on my own SharePoint store. So we can simply buy one application, dashboard application, and we can install it. Automatically, it will start working. Or if we have somebody to work on that, we can ask our SharePoint developers to create a dashboard for us as well. So development, configuration, enhancement, modifications, these are not a point of worry. And this is as much as flexible the SharePoint is. Everything based upon SharePoint. And when it comes about the reporting, then it is based on SQL database. So any kind of report can be pulled out, can be created using SSRS services. Then this will be a kind of our screen of for SharePoint, EPM. I'll take you through our real screen here. Give me a moment. I'm bringing up the real EPM screen, how our EPM will look like. This is our standard EPM website. So on this dashboard, we can see on the left side, we have the projects. This will show us the list of projects. We have approvals, which works on workflow. Any kind of task, any kind of activity needs to be approved by immediate manager or the reporting manager. Then we have the task, which will display all the tasks which are assigned to me. Then we have timesheet, where we can do our timesheet entries. Even we can do our entries inside one particular task itself. We have issues and risk management. So all the issues and risks can be created directly over here, and it can be assigned to one particular person, which I'll talk about later. Then we have got resources, which will show us the resources list and their allocations, their assignments, their availabilities, their capacity. Everything can be seen from one particular window. Then we have got status reports. This status report is just a normal status report, the way we create a document over here. I'll discuss about and I'll explain about this status report as well. And we have got some inbuilt reports available here. So this is the way our screen will look like, as I shown you here. I have removed some of particular icons because these icons are not required. So I have removed them, but this is a kind of a typical EPM screen which will look like to one particular person. And by the way, the screens and the information will vary depending upon the user rights. For an example, the link project will show up only those projects which are assigned to me or for which I am working. If I am not working for Goodreach, then this will not be shown inside my link. But if there is a project portfolio manager or the managing director or the CEO role or the HR manager role, they can be able to see all the project links. It depends upon their user securities. So I would take you to now the real project site. And I want to show you the first link, which is projects. So these are the list of projects which are available here inside this screen. So any type of project which have been created inside this EPM, this will be displayed here. This project list does not show only project names and lists, rather it shows some dashboard information as well. That when the project was started, when it is scheduled to be finished, what is the percentage of completion, whatever work we have already accomplished, since how long this project has been running, owner, it is about project manager, who is the project manager for that project, and we can see the last column says last published. Basically, last published says that when this particular project was accessed. For an example, the first project, which is EPM implementation, we can see that it was accessed today on 5th of September. But rest of the projects are very old. That means I have not even opened these projects. So these are the best part of it from a project portfolio manager or from a senior management perspective. This is a very useful information, and any point of time, I can immediately go back to the particular person and I can ask, or we can ask the question that the third good is global. I can ask to Limerick. It's just a demo project, so this data are not correct. So since August 15, you have not accessed the project. That means you have not worked on the project. What is the issue? So these kind of clear information, it is provided inside this particular project dashboard. So if we want to open a project, we can either open one particular project on a web-based application. Automatically, it will open our project and it will show entire WBS, and not only the WBS will be shown, but even in this WBS schedule, it will show which is the resource working on this and how many days of delays has happened on this particular task. So entire information is displayed here itself. We want to see any kind of project detail. We can even see the project detail here. And inside the project detail, it will display when it was started, when it is supposed to be finished, who is the owner, all such kind of information it can display. We can see on top there are a lot of table menu items available, and the tool button says we can directly go to the project site. I will take you to the project site immediately after this overview, which will display us the SharePoint collaboration portal. Building team will allow us to build our team and to pick up the resources which we want to use inside the particular project. We can see all the documents which are related with that particular project. Even we can see the issues, the risks, what is our resource plan, and we can provide a permission to one particular person or multiple persons. It depends. So I will click on this project site. If we go to the project site, this is my default project dashboard. If you see here, for this project, ERP implementation, internal pilot, this is the project name. It is giving me a dashboard summary of the project. When the project summary, when the project was supposed to go live, you can see go live was due 16 days ago, but it has been delayed. How many tasks are pending here at this point of time? Correct? Sure. How much? Right, correct. I will take you to the, so you want me to take you to directly there first? Correct. So for that, I have the resource management. Can you see my screen, which is basically the resource management planning? It's all about staffing tool. No, the screen should be, I will, yeah, correct. EPM inside resource planning. Yes, correct. So you want me to show you directly resource planning, or first of all, I need to provide you some specific information regarding that so that you can we can relate it how it is going to work. So can you see my screen, which is showing us our current EPM staffing tool, our current staffing tool, which we are doing using Excel. Can you see this screen? Right. So this is the regular screen, how it looks like inside our staffing tool of this Excel, what every week we are using. Now I want to show up how this particular staffing tool will look like. Now can we see the screen? With some graphs? Well, no, if we see below, it is showing which project we are working as well. Let me take you to, correct. So I'm taking you, correct. So I'll take you through that now only, and I'm taking you to directly to that particular screen itself. So if we want to see, if we are now at the resource sheet. This is the first link, which is the resources. You can see that screen, right? So here it displays all the resources which are in our company. Now we want to see their resource assignments. So we have to click on this particular link, which is showing resource assignment. Now, if we see this particular screen, it's showing I have not selected those resources. Let me go back just. I have to select these resources as well. Let me select all the resources. And now I'm coming up to resource assignment. So if you see, this will display me overview of each particular resource, like for my name, for this particular person name. Correct. So here, this will be available. This is available at this place. Now, if I want to, can you see that now? So at this place, once we come about the resource availability, then it will display us for all the resources. Now, if we want to look for one particular resource, that means what we do, staffing by resource. We have one, yes, you can see. So this is showing by resource. Is this screen visible to you right now? Yes, of course, it is showing from the left side. For an example, this is my name. So we can see that I'm working on these 4 projects. Yes, of course. Let me take you to the, come again. Yes, yes. So it shows 3 information. What is availability with the resource? Group by week. Yeah, we have to. Yes, so I am now grouping it with the weeks, and I'm applying my filter now. Now this looks like that. So no, basically these are the default setup which I have done. That is why I have already requested for some report creation. The report has to be generated manually for this. And when I communicated with Queenie, then I got the information that she informed me that she communicated with you, and it was decided that after review with you, after giving you the demo, once you finalize, then we will go back to BI team and ask them to generate these 4 or 5 reports. So this is the information which is with me at this moment. So correct. So for this, just we need to communicate with our BI team, and they will generate report like anything, or SSRS. So these are things which are available as per standard. So basically, I want to show some specific resource, because the reason behind this is that these resources are actually not assigned, so we will not be able to see much differences. For an example, these resources are just the real resources, but not assigned to particular project. So I will take you through one person mainly. This is Mr. Ashish Malik. So just give me a moment. Let me take you to the Ashish Malik. So maybe it will be more visible to you, because he was the one who was assigned on multiple tasks. So if we go back and if you see that person, Ashish Malik, this will be much more visible to us. If we can see here, then for Ashish Malik, it is showing that Ashish Malik is assigned on 3 projects, on which 32 hours he is working inside Pilot Goodreach, and 40 hours he is working in SimFinance. So on availability side, we can see that this person is basically overloaded. In the next week also, this person is overloaded. So his capacity is 0 now. It will be much more visible if I increase the span. Because we are looking at the weekly side, so let me take you to the little longer period, maybe up to December. If we see, then it will be much more visible to us. Now I am taking you to the same person, which is Ashish Malik. Now we can see his availabilities and usability. Now we see here that the next week he is also busy, but if we see the availability of Ashish Malik, then he is nowhere available. Every week he is always overloaded. Yes, if he will be available, then capacity will show as 40 hours or 30 hours. Right. So that I have to configure it here. I will configure it. Yeah, correct. And for this also, all the kinds of filters will be designed once we are generating reports, because we cannot go look and one by one. So what we will do, if somebody is overloaded, this will automatically turn to red. So we will be able to immediately look into that. So these kinds of we can say filters. Yes. So those things will have to be done, because this is the basic standard setup. So here we can see one particular resource availability using our same EPM tool, exactly the way it is working inside our tasks or every time, every week staffing tool, what we are using it now. Are you there? Right. So this is the basic part here, which is default available. Even we can see now the particular resource assignment as well. If we want to look into that, normally what we do is we see that this person is overloaded. So we want to know where this person is loaded. So we can go. So then we can go back to resource assignment, and inside the resource assignment, we can see that okay, this resource Amarnath Gupta is busy on these days for this many hours. Yes, of course. All the tasks automatically. No, once we have set up initially and we created a WBS, then if we are shifting one particular task, the related task, what is known as the critical path, automatically it will shift entire critical path. Yes, that is what, that is my concern, that now this will be the great time to immediately train our project managers to work on Microsoft project. That's the most important part. If you don't mind, can I take you through a real project file and project plan? How will it work actually? Sure. So I am taking you to one particular project plan, the same EPM implementation. I am going to open now to just give you an overview how this is going to work. Basically, these resources, what we have seen here inside this resource plan or inside this resource availability, these resources are not a normal resources, but all the resources are actually interrelated across the organization. So what I mean to say for this, that if I am going to make any kind of change in one particular project, it will affect entire projects, not projects, but resources, organization-wide resources. So this is the beauty of this application. This is my one particular WBS. And if here I want to add one new task, it's just a demo task. And if I want to assign one particular person here, now if I assign at this point of time Amarnath Gupta, then immediately it will look into its assignment, it will look into its date maybe and my availability, and it will show whether I am available or not. And if I am not available or if I am busy on this particular date, automatically it will show me as an overload task. For an example, I am again creating one same task and I am creating today itself, and I am assigning right now again myself. Then these information will have to be told, these technology, these skill set has to be generated inside the project managers so they are able to manage these projects. Yes, correct. And not only this, as soon as this has happened, as I will be saving my project plan, it will display inside my resource center that this particular resource is overloaded. And not only that, if Yes, this is correct. So what is my proposal that at this point of time, every week we are submitting our resource bookings and then we are discussing on the clashes on our weekdays or Wednesday. But what I want to propose that if this is giving me clear visibility that which particular resource is available or which particular resource is overloaded, then I will also have my own consciousness and my own understanding to manage the project so that I can manage this project effectively by assigning available resources or to manage those conflicts. For an example, if I want to utilize one resource, Ashish Malik, and if he is not available tomorrow for me, then I can assign, if it will show me busy, then I can communicate with Jennifer now that Jenny, I want Ashish tomorrow. Now, if both of us can come to a mutual understanding and we can shift or we can handle our assignments, then it is well and good. If still these are not happening, then these types of issues or these type of conflicts should be taken inside our resource call. If I say that no, my project is most important, I am gonna be in trouble, I have to use Ashish Malik tomorrow. At the same time, if Jenny is also saying that no, her project is also most important, she cannot shift the task, so she also need to use Ashish Malik tomorrow, then that means we are now in a fight. We are now in a clash. We cannot mitigate this issue. In that condition, the resource call should be taken so that senior management can take a firm decision that all right, we are supposed to postpone this task or this particular project task for this day and let us utilize the person on that particular day. Because the very important thing is the critical path. It cannot be the case while executing a real project, Mr. Michael, that if I am going to postpone a task, it is going to affect my entire project delivery. It cannot. Yes, there are certain tasks which we know as a critical path. If something is going to change in critical path, definitely it will affect my delivery date. But if some task or some activities which are not on critical path, then it will not affect my date. Of course, I can shift it. Of course, I can shuffle it. But I see our entire projects, entire tasks are always on critical path. So that kind of mentality will have to be changed. And this will only be changed using this kind of tool so that we are able to see, we have a clear visibility of the resource assignment at any point of time. Because not only this happens, even this particular resource, if I want to see that particular resource person, then we can check it that this resource is having what are the other project tasks. If we want to even auto schedule, I want to check that whether I will be able to utilize this resource Amarnath Gupta or not. So I have an option. I can click on this and I can see schedule to visible date, available date. If I click it, automatically it will change. And now it is telling me, my system is telling me that Amarnath Gupta is available on 9th September. Could you see the screen? So what I did, so let us see. Right now, Amarnath Gupta is showing as a non-available resource. It is overloaded, right? Now I want to utilize one solution. I want to check whether I can use this Amarnath Gupta on next day. So what I am doing, I am going right clicking and I am clicking on one solution, reschedule to available date. So once I will click on this, system will check the availability of Amarnath Gupta across the organization in all the projects, and it will give me next available date where we can see this is available only on September 9. Now, being a project manager, I should have a consciousness. I should be able to accommodate, or I should be able to calculate. All right, whether I can utilize Amarnath Gupta on 9th September. Is it going to defer my project delivery? If not, it's okay. Utilize Amarnath Gupta on 9th September only. Why worry? Why to utilize today itself? Let us utilize on 9th. It depends. if it is going to change my entire project schedule, then of course we need to work on this. We need to talk about it. Then I have another thing to show you. I want to see that why Amarnath Gupta is showing me busy. I need to check that why this person is busy. So I want to go inside the task inspector, and I am going inside the task planner, theme planner. Now this Amarnath Gupta is showing me that this is Amarnath Gupta's total work. I want to see what are the work. So it is showing me that this is one task, there are two tasks. So these two tasks are collapsing to each other. Can we see that? Not only that, because I have taken this Amarnath Gupta as an example now, if I am taking some other resource, yes, if it is from multiple projects, it will show me the project name. And not only that, I want to reschedule Amarnath Gupta, so I want to reschedule this demo task, the below one. So no problem. I am dragging it. I am putting it here. My schedule is over. I have rescheduled it. Just a drag and drop. It is solving my problem. Just one drag and drop. I want to take it. I want to put this task on Wednesday. I am putting it is done. And yes. And once we go back to our Gantt chart, we can see automatically this task is now scheduled to 11th. And as soon as I am going to click one app button, which is known as published, that means I am going to publish it on the server. So if I click publish, immediately the task and the project update will be sent to the server, and this will be available for all the people. So the major factor, or we can say the constants are here, that we will have to actually motivate our project managers to work on a creation of a perfect and the detailed WBS, which is the basic requirement that they must create the detailed level of WBS, which we are not doing now. Then we will have to also tell them to work on the system all the times. Don't work in an isolated environment. We have internet availability, we have connectivity, we are sitting inside office, or we have always a VPN connection. So when we are working on a project plan, very simple, click on the project plan and open it directly from server. No need to open it directly from server even. If I show you, then if I want to open one particular project, it shows me my Arvato. That means this is my project website. And inside that project website, we can browse the same way as we are able to browse inside our My Document. And we will be able to open the project directly from server. So my one click, my one scheduling of tasks, my one change of my project plan can affect and will affect entire organization. So let us publish it. Let us save it directly on the server, open it directly from the server. Access from server, access online. We need to use the collaboration. And as soon as we are able to use the collaboration, it will help each other to see entire resource availabilities, their assignments, their capabilities at any point of time. So this is the most important region, or most important, we can say, basic requirement, mandatory requirement, which has to be brought in as a practice. So basically we will require immediate, not immediate, but slow even, but we'll require clear motivation and the change of mentality. It is the very important thing for the success of this tool, not only the tool, even with our project practices. And with this, we will be creating all the reports. Whatever reports are already designed in a Word format, I have designed the report exactly like our staffing tool. So once I get approval from you, immediately I will process it and I will go to BI team and report design team, and we will get this developed within 3-4 days or maybe 1 week time, because I need to give some technical information to the designers as well, because they don't have table and structure information, so that I have to provide them. And now I want to take you through this collaboration features inside my project plan or inside my web development collaboration portal. So I am clicking on one particular site. When I have taken you to that project website, this is the project site, which is a kind of a dashboard, which I showed you earlier, I believe. Not only this, we have entire project documents where we can attach all the documents. So document collaboration is seamless. At the same time, we have a lot of features, like we can directly connect to Microsoft Outlook. We can open it directly in a Windows Explorer so that we can copy and paste the documents inside it. And it will work like a My Computer. We can export any kind of document into Excel. And we can even email all the links. And here is the Outlook Connect. So we can connect to our Outlook. So each and every task, each and every document will automatically be converted either into task and the documents in form of email as an attachment, and it will be downloaded automatically. Then it is task, where all the tasks which are assigned to me will show me up here. And here, all the tasks are basically cut mark, which is finished task. And the remaining tasks are showing it here. Are you able to see my screen? Yes. Now, so can you see the CEO demonstration for approval, this task? Right. Now, my activities, the way we are doing our timesheet and the timekeeping, even the timekeeping can be done directly from here. If I click on this particular task, it is showing me here. What is the task? What is the task information, where I have done, whether, what is the predecessor of this task, what is the percentage of completion, priority, everything will be shown here directly. Now, once I have seen, I want to do my timesheet entry for my task. So I have got my timesheet. I am going inside my timesheet, and all the tasks which are assigned to me will be shown here. Basically, this period is not shown, so that is why it is not coming up here at this point of time. But the periods will be shown me, all the periods wherever I am working. So if it shows me here, if any task is assigned to me, this will be shown here. Now, for any kind of task, we can directly create a time, or we can directly create the entries here itself. So if I am going to create one project task, or I am going back to this particular project plan, and I am publishing this now so that it will be showing inside my task. Okay. These are the basic prerequisites which we need to work on this. So now this is publishing. That means all these tasks which I have created right now, 2 tasks, these will be shown now inside my task portal. Right now, as I have published this, if I go back to my timesheet and if I refresh this, because this will be part of Project Manager actually. So at this point of time, server is a bit slow. That's why it is not showing up. Otherwise, ideally, those tasks will appear here. So as soon as this task is appearing, I can create that particular task. We can do the notification and we can do the entries as well. So this is my administrative task. I am creating a normal task myself, which will be existing assignment. I am taking up one task from here, PPM implementation. So I have taken this particular task. So if I want to put the timesheet entry for this, I can directly put timesheet entry here that this 2 hours I have spent inside this. So my 2 hours have been added into my timesheet. And now, right, so that there is my concern that these data, the same data can be given to Excel. So there is only a way that whether we can export these data to SAP CATS or not. Or if we cannot do that, so one more important information is here that as we are putting our timesheet inside CATS, even using this particular timesheet as well simultaneously is not going to take up much more time for anybody, because nobody is going to create any kind of task, because all the tasks will automatically be assigned to them. So I have to come here and I have to create only entries. Not only that, apart from this, how it is going to help me, that I want to just show for an example, that whether if this task is available for me, this is my task, and I want to just show you a task which is assigned for me. This is my test task. Now I can put all kind of notes inside my task. For an example, this task, test task, is created for 1 day. I have finished half a day work. I can give the entries here. Apart from this, I can create all kinds of notes as well. So all the notes have to be added here. So as soon as I will type a note, these notes will be added automatically. So what will happen once I am putting a note inside this, it will be visible. Apart from this, these tasks will be sent to my project manager for approval. So unless my project manager is not approving the task for me, this task will not work or nothing will work for me. So here in this approval window, the relevant project manager will be able to see the task, whether somebody has worked on the task in reality or not. It will be pending for approval. Now, if somebody says that he has created one document or he has finished the coding of one particular object or one particular form, now project manager can check and verify whether this has been done or not. If it is done, he has to simply approve this and the project progress will automatically be added. So by clicking one particular task and by entering my information inside this task, not only it works here, but it updates my projects in all total. The most important remaining part is here, that is generation of report, which can be used for our staffing tool on a weekly basis. And after that, we will be able to track all the projects, its progresses, the task progresses, resource assignments, resource capabilities at any point of time. And then we will not have any room to reschedule or deviate one particular project. We will be able to see what has happened. I want to show you one most important view of this particular task. I want to show where has gone my schedule. So right now we can see for all the tasks that which are the tasks which have been delayed. So if we see, yes, if we see, we can see these tasks were delayed by 23 days, 16 days, all these tasks. And this cannot be changed. This cannot be changed at any cost. Because once a project is created, a project plan is it in place, immediately after having the project plan in place, we can see the cost part, we can see their work part. And not only this, once it is done, we have a place where we create our project baselines. So a date is generated here. Now we can set this as a baseline. As soon as we set a baseline, it will show me the variations. Now baseline can be n number of times. Maybe we revise our project plan on a monthly basis. So each month we are going to create a new baseline, new baseline, new baseline. As soon as we change the schedule and we click on the set baseline, it will set my baseline. So any project manager, any person will be able to see the project, whether it was delayed or the tasks are on time or not, and how many days of delayed, what is the cost expenditure, what is even the cost variance. Because if a project is taking more time, if one day scheduled task is taking 5 days, that means it has an additional cost. Even that we will be able to see. Apart from this, my major concern is about estimation. What estimation right now we have? What estimation we have? Right. So just last one point is about estimation of the project. If we can see that, and then it's all about one click. So I want to just show you one click that if we want to see our project cost, even for any kind of project, it will be able to show me the project costs. So this should be used as an estimation, not the way we are doing estimation right now, because that estimation does not cover the real project requirement. And every time the estimations are not as per the actual requirement of the project. We are doing estimation on a thumb rule, which does not matches with the real development requirement or real customer requirement. So we should have one specific template for the project, and then on that basis only the estimation should be done, even the cost estimation and the schedule estimation. This is what is needed. And I will send my minutes of meeting today. Upon your confirmation and approval, I will go ahead to BI team and I'll ask them to start working on report generation so that I should be able to present to you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks much. Sure. Yep. All right. Thank you. Nothing else right now. I'll now immediately from tomorrow, I'll start working on the report design part. All right? That will be the great way. Thanks much. Bye-bye.